sinners, to go where God wasn't. So I used to keep going down to London and seeing my friends. And I met Billy's brother, Mickey. And I said, "I'm sorry to hear about your brother, Billy." He said, "Oh, thanks, John." And I said, "Have you heard from Lenny?" He said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "Well, you're not going to believe what's happened to me either." So he proceeded to tell me what had happened to Lenny. Now, it gets a bit confusing, I know, that Billy and Mickey's mum was a woman that we all called Auntie Pauline. And she was like a woman that all us boys, if we'd all end up round her house, she'd cook us a Sunday dinner. We used to call her Auntie Pauline. And Mickey was saying to me, "Look, Lenny phoned me mum up, John." And this is a conversation he was relaying to me. And he went, "Hello, Auntie Pauline?" She went, "Yeah." He went, "Well, this is Rachel." She said, "I don't know no Rachel." And he said, "Well, you best know me as Lenny, the guy that had sex change." Now, he was a big butch guy. You would not think of that. Now, he's got still time to change. But what I'm trying to impress upon people here today was, when we was like that, no one, not a soul, come to us. When we was little kids, when we was Herberts, when I was in teenagers, when I was in London, violent, using violence to intimidate people. I was an angry, violent man. No one come to us with the gospel. No one come to Billy and Lenny and myself. No one come to us with the gospel. They didn't bring it to us. I just like to think, I know that I've seen what this gospel does. Took it out onto the streets. It has real power. And I think that, well, I don't think, I know, that if someone had come to us, not preached to us, not belittled us, but loved us with the gospel, told us about Jesus, crucified, resurrected, that he died for our sins. We never knew that. No one told us that. I believe that once people hear that historic gospel, God works with that, because we're made in his image, we've got that God-shaped hole, and we fill it with all the rubbish. But when the gospel is put in there, God can work with that. All the rubbish can come out, and God can work with that. So I spend my time taking the gospel to people. What about you guys? Maybe there's someone here tonight that doesn't have a firm relationship with Jesus. You know, when we die, our bodies are either cremated or they're buried. History, gone. But our soul, that's the real you. That's going to live on forever, either in heaven or hell. There's no third place it can go. See, when you're born, God opens a book of your life. And in that book, he records everything you say, think, and do. And after a while, we have a great library built up against us. I would have had a massive library, let me tell you. But when we accept Jesus Christ, do you know what happens? God takes that book. He tears out all the pages for illustration purposes and throws them into the deepest sea, never to be remembered again. What he does, he puts a copy of Jesus' perfect record into that book. And that book, with your name on the spine, is stored in heaven like a precious library book. And it is not touched. The miracle is, it is not touched again when you have that third event in life. There's birth, meeting Jesus, and death. And it is not touched again until the day we die. And Chris Hancock was talking about the day of judgment this morning in church. Everyone will come up before God and called to give an account of God. And God will call the angels to get that book of your life. And he'll open the book and he'll say, my goodness, you were perfect because you accepted Jesus. You turned and surrendered from everything you knew which is wrong. And that ain't easy. It's not easy to do, but that's okay because God can help us with that. If we ask him, we must want to do that. God can help us with that. And he'll say to you, my goodness, you are perfect. Welcome to heaven. That's what he will say. But say you don't have that third event. Say you died tonight. And we don't know when our lives are going to be demanded of us. Say you died tonight. My question to you tonight is, where would you go? Where would your soul go? Would it go to heaven or would it go to hell? I just want to reiterate, as I stand before you, and I've stood before a lot of people and told that same story, and I can see on some people's faces in England, look at this guy, he's lost it. I don't care that I stand before people and I may be ridiculed, because all I know is God is real. And if you haven't got a relationship with Jesus, please, 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 when I go to heaven, I'll be so upset, and I'm sure some of you will, if your loved ones and people you know are not there. Please take the truth of Jesus Christ to them, the reality of Jesus Christ. He died for our past sins, our present sins, and our future sins. And the greatest sin is unbelief. Well, if they don't know about Jesus Christ, who will go to them? Our enemy will go to them. Please go to them. If there's anybody here tonight that wants to make a response to Jesus Christ, come and see Todd or myself. And it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not saying that once you come to Jesus, everything's going to be, it's going to be a life of roses. You're going to face adversity. 4 things why we must be saved. How Jesus can save us. What we must do to be saved. And there is a cost of discipleship. Jesus told us that in the Bible. But I'd sooner have a cost of discipleship and spend happiness in eternity. I want to be non-smoking rather than smoking. So that's my testimony, and I thank you for listening to me tonight. Thank you.